We've just been going up, and I saw this as the impulsive move. I'm targeting this as the daily high, and we just missed it by a tick. So that could either mean that we missed it and we're still going up there, or it's not gonna hit that. I was hoping that I would see a low taken and then a pump up, but I actually didn't get that. This was the impulsive move, so I want to join on this order block, targeting that daily high. If I see a market structure shift at any of these points, then I will add another contract in. But like I said, we missed this by a tick, so that could have been the liquidity sweep and then a drop down. So we'll see. I was a little scared with these two candles, but if we can come down slow and then push back up real quick, that'll be good. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so we got a sweep below these lows here, and I want to see a push up, but I could come down to grab these to equal lows here. So I will scale in another contract there, but only when I see a shift of market structure. So right now, got my little sniper entry. I'll just watch it there. I want to see if it can break and run, or if it's just gonna sweep. This was my entry, and then we came back. We took out this low, and then I marked this out. I want to see a 1 minute break of structure. If I can see that, then I'll add on a second contract. I sort of feel like we've left this, and this. So there is a possibility we can sweep down to here. On the higher time frames, we basically swept this consolidation zone that we were in, came down. So I do need to be careful, because that could have just been the sweep. Like I said, we only missed that by a tick. This is on the 15 minute. I see this as retracing still. I don't see it necessarily as a sweep like the hourly. And this is the 5 minute. So basically we took this low, which I'm hoping is the manipulation, and then we pump up. Okay, so I added in that buy limit there for a second contract. So we'll see if I get filled. Seems to sort of just be running without me. Okay, so it looks like we're just about to take this high. We haven't yet, but then I will move my stop up. This is my 10-point take profit normally, but that's usually when I have 2 contracts in. So I can take profit at 10 and then let the other one run. Didn't get my second contract in, so I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do. I want to say that I'm just gonna trail the stop, like I said, on the 15 minute. So we just took the 15 minute high here. So I'm gonna move my stop up. So I guess this would be my next target, 4,800. If we can get that. That's not too big of an ask, I don't think, honestly, on the day. I'm looking at maybe adding a contract at this volume imbalance and this inversion fair value gap. So this is the 1 minute. If we break this high, we're not coming down here. Price, I don't believe should go below this anymore, so I'm gonna cancel my buy limit. So I went ahead and just trailed my stop right here. I think we just go for this high now. So I did add a sell limit here. It's 11:30, so we'll see what lunch does. I usually don't like to, or ICT says not to hold during lunch because it's pretty choppy. But on days like this where we're this high, sometimes lunch it's in a hurry to get somewhere. So I was feeling myself wanting to move my sell stop, but I realized that that's what my past self would do, thinking, okay, it's coming down, it looks like it wants to come down more, and I wanted a second entry here, so I would give back more profits. But I realized instead of doing that, I can leave my stop here. If it stops me out, then I can look to re-enter here. But if it stopped me out, I'd have to do analysis again to see if the same bias holds, because my past self would just jump back in, because, oh, that was my original plan to add another contract here, but that plan may no longer even be valid. So I'm gonna leave my stop there. But yeah, I'm very happy that I was able to catch myself in that moment. We don't have to give back profits. We can always re-enter, because we've definitely all been there. Like right before the 10 points doesn't hit, see it go all the way back down and give everything back. So we're not trying to do that anymore. It's a good sign that we're above. Okay, looks like we are headed up. All right, so looks like I got rejected right at the 10 points there. Normally I would trail my stop on the 5 minute. So I guess I can do that. So that would still mean that it's here. I mean, technically I could move it there because we did break this high. The volume imbalance here is promising. Okay, so I did move my stop up sort of more conservatively at the 10 points, just because I see us coming down here on the 1 minute, sort of taking that sort of breaking structure. We have these relative equal lows. I'm okay with a sweep of those to come back up, but I'm not okay with displacement down. If that's the case, I rather lock in my profits there and then go for a re-entry later in the afternoon, because we are in lunch right now, so it does get a little choppy. And as you can see, it did just take me out there. Maybe look for a re-entry in here. This yellow area here is lunch. Lunch low, lunch high. Okay, so I'm looking for a confirmation break of structure to the upside to take this long here. Otherwise, I will look to short if we come back down here. That probably won't be my entry, but I'm just putting that there as a reminder. Alright, so it's definitely taken off. Had I trailed my stop on the 5 minutes, it just barely broke structure, so then I would move it to here. So I guess I'll have to work on my management, but regardless, it was still a good trade. So the market's closed, and I just wanted to go over the trade that I took. Unfortunately, I did not re-enter. You can see that I did set up this to re-enter on this manipulation leg at the 50%. It did end up playing out for a quick 5 points, one to one, but I didn't end up taking it just because we were all the way at the top of the range. And I was also looking for this pullback here, which I believe, yeah, I think I had a short right here. So just because we were right in the middle, I didn't want to risk it, but it did end up playing out, which would have been nice. But the big takeaway is just that as I have a certain strategy to enter a trade, I also have another strategy to manage my trade, which is trailing my stop on the 5 minute. And had I stuck to the 5 minutes, I would have reached our final target instead of being cut short here for the 10 points. So I'm not upset, a little bummed, I guess you would say, but now I know to not get so worried, I guess, with the lower time frame price action, but just to trust the higher time frame and just my strategy overall. I've back tested the 5 minute trail, and it tends to work just as it did here, so today shouldn't have been any different. I think I was getting in my head about time and the lunch hour being choppy. Today was a very successful trade, aside from not being able to get my second contract in. But yeah, I'm very excited to continue my progress and see what tomorrow has in store.